So the change is going to be always there, but there's some sense of changelessness of being will be only experienced when somebody is open toward oneself internally. Even many paths or many experiences of different meditation, different spirituality and everything, in the end it comes down to that single place. And the traditions that who discuss about this, traditions who give a message about that the openness, the open awareness, that wisdom, then personally, I think that's a very rich tradition. But then traditions where it discuss about a lot of experiences, it's very valuable, but it's in the end, experiences are not so important, because they change all the time. To have some connection to the experiencer, it's more important than chasing experiences one lifetime, another lifetime. Do we have any sense of who we are? That's more important than what I'm feeling constantly and changing constantly. So some sense of word openness, I think it's a very, very important word. So as I said, not grasping, like not trying to hold or not trying to reject. There's a notion of self-liberation. Okay, I use this word, self-liberation, frequently used. And I give the example of if you leave a $100 bill in the street, and tonight and maybe tomorrow night when you go back, do you expect it to be there? No, you don't expect it to be there, right? It's called self-liberation. Why it's called self-liberation? Because nobody was grasping on it, therefore it liberated by itself. So if any emotion, if there was a pain today in you, pain that you're experiencing, if you don't grasp tonight, tomorrow it will be gone. It cannot survive by itself. It cannot survive. But if you grasp tonight, it will be tomorrow there with interest. And that's what sometimes we have stronger and more pains rather than reducing pains. Just simply lack of that open awareness, that lack of sense of that openness. So now, as far as there are some in ancient meditations techniques about this, and one of these techniques are called a unification of three space. Okay, I just wanted to maybe talk a little bit about that. Unification of three space means, so three space means, first it talks about the essence of mind. So essence of mind. So essence of mind is one space. Second, it talks about the essence of phenomena. So the phenomenals that we have created with our mind. So these are like our world, our own world, our family, our possessions, our stories, all what we possess, and all this possession which helps you to identify who you feel who you are right now. All those appearances or those manifestations or that world that you have created. So that is a good place to understand a phenomenal essence. Phenomenal essence means, look at your car. Your car could be a phenomenal essence. That means if you look at your car, if it's a brand new car, then you have a lot of possession there, or nobody can touch right now, right? My kids cannot touch, my husband or wife cannot touch. It's my car. At least maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. We don't know how long it lasts, but certain period of time there's some sense of I very connected to it that you don't want anybody to touch. Then of course some point you don't like to see it also, right? It's too old, you don't like it anymore, right? You're ready to go for a new car, so you don't want to look at either, so it changes. But the point is that if you look at that car, you cannot see car as it is. You cannot see. If you look at the car, just look. You can do a meditation, right? You just go out in a garage and just sit cross-legged with a nice posture and just look at your car. Can you see that car, just a car, like anybody else would see? No, you cannot. You cannot see that. It's impossible. I mean, let's say, I'll take the word back, impossible. You might, if you are meditating, if you are aware, if you know the value of open awareness, you might. But just normally when you look at it, it's impossible. You will not see it. Right? You will see there, my expensive, unique, special car, nobody else should drive. That's what you see. You cannot see. So that means you don't see the essence of the car. You don't see the essence of the car. If you see the essence of the car, you will be just seeing through that openness. Through that eye of openness, you just see a car. And it's beautiful, but it's a different kind of beauty. It's a beauty not through the eye of possessor, but the beauty in the eye of openness, which means every phenomena has enormous beauty in themselves as they are. But that moment you're seeing another kind of beauty of as they are. You're not seeing the beauty of the possessor's eye, my nice, beautiful, unique car. Not that beauty. That beauty doesn't last. It will be soon over. The other beauty, with the beauty from the open awareness, will last forever. When the car is really old, ready to send to the garage, it's still there. So that's called phenomenal essence. So if you look how many phenomenal essence you need to experience it in your life, probably there's a lot of things you need to do meditation on that. Right? If you look at stuff in our life, how many stuff you have in your life there where you need to discover the essence of those stuff? Do you have quite a lot? Right? So you need to, especially those ones that you worry a lot and those where you need to protect a lot, or those that's what you need to do. You need to sit down there and look at that object and just see with that open eye. We see that from that open awareness. And the moment you will see from the open awareness, all the suffering of that car is gone. I'll give an example of how the suffering arises. If you're renting a place for a long time and you're paying the rent every month, and and you're not worried about a window, you're not worried about a roof, you're not about a sink and anything, the landlord is worried about all those things, right? That's what the landlord feels. I own that. So the ownership comes with the pain, and you don't own it, so you don't have the pain. So you're just renting it. So one day you save money and you're trying to buy the same place that you have been living for a long time, and you buy it. The day you buy it, you come back to the same apartment. Apartment looks completely different. It's no longer the same apartment that you have to live for 10 years. It's a different apartment. If you look, you will see it differently. You look at the roof, there's some problem there. You look at the floor, it's not the same floor. So problems are arising from the roof, from the floor, from the walls, from the sink, from every hole of the house. It's manifesting, just spontaneous manifestation of these problems. So all these problems suddenly, which was never there, where it came from? It came from that eye of the possession. And because that possession eye does not seize that openness. It does not have that openness. It doesn't seize that. So if that point, so the owner of the house needs to sit together with house, meditate together with house. I'm looking at my house that I own it. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to dissolve that all the labels that I have imputed on it with my possessive mind. I have to dissolve it in order to feel the bliss of the house. And that if I'm able to do that, I can feel it. Of course, that as a principle we know that, right? So the